Hello, class. I wanted to clarify some of the things that we went over for the Intro to Anatomy assignment. So here are a few slides that I'm putting up on my computer to kind of walk through some specifics about some of the questions that I saw, or some of the responses that I saw in some of the common misunderstandings. Okay, so one thing is what we use anatomical plane descriptions for. So using something like the sagittal plane or the frontal plane or transverse plane is not a way to describe where a structure is in the body, but it's a way to describe the view of that structure. So I can look at anything from the sagittal, frontal, or transverse planes. I can look at the brain, if you look at this example in the middle here, in transverse, sagittal, and frontal sections, all of which give me different information about the structures that I'm looking at. It's just the perspective that you have on that structure. It doesn't tell you where that is in the body. The next thing I want to talk about is a comparison of one structure to another. Okay, so here we've got an illustration of a man and the different regions of the body are highlighted. And I want to look at two external structures. I want to look at the fingers and I want to look at the nose. And we're going to compare where those can be found. Okay, so the fingers would be found in the manus, or the manus region of the body, what we commonly know as the hand. The nose would be found in the facial region or facies. Okay? If we're going to compare the anatomical position of those two structures, we could say something like this. The nose is not only superior, not only superior to the hands or to the fingers, but it's also medial down the midline of the body relative to the fingers. Your fingers in your manus region, by contrast, would be lateral relative to the nose and inferior. Okay? A structure cannot just be inferior by itself, right? Your fingers are not inferior. That's not where they're located on your body. They're inferior relative to another structure like your nose or your elbow. Okay, but they would be superior to your toes or your knees. Okay, so everything when it comes to this terminology needs to be relative. Same goes true or holds true for internal organs in body cavities. Okay, so just to refresh, I saw a few instances of misconceptions about membrane coverings, especially for the central nervous system. Okay, your brain and spinal cord are both going to be covered with a membranous meninges. Okay, that's the membrane that surrounds them. That membrane is a physical structure. There is also cerebral spinal fluid around those structures, but that's not the membrane by itself. Okay, I hope that clarifies any questions that you may have. If you have any more, please let me know and we can discuss it further. Thanks.